It's showtime. Hi, everyone. Hi, TPT sellers. It is Mike and Enrica here today with a very, very important question. What are we looking at, Enrica?
Oh, we are looking at if it's more profitable to sell primary or middle school resources that is a really saturated market but with a high demand, or to sell stuff on the high school market that is a less saturated market but probably there is less demand.
Okay.
So
Wait,
what
why are
is that?
you asking this question?
Oh,
Why?
because as usual, you know that I am experimenting a lot and I'm doing experiments because of, you know, where your life goes, you follow and uh, you go after it. This year I'm teaching high school, so I'm teaching pre-calculus basically. And I thought, okay, I'm creating all this stuff for my students. Why don't uh, full disclosure, I teach in Italian this year, but it takes me really 5 minutes to translate it in English also because it's math. And so it's easy, it's number mostly. And so I said, why I don't try to see if there is a market for my
I have a
resources.
question for you, Enrica.
Yeah.
So earlier this week, I published a video called TPT is a joke. Uh, and basically my point is that TPT is like not like a bad thing, but it's like telling jokes. Like it's like we're comedians and we're trying to be funny, and it takes time to become known as a comedian. But one of the things that I wondered in the video is at a certain point, you know what your comedy style is because it works, and you have a product line that works. So I guess
Yeah.
my question is, why are you? Because everyone is always so busy, and we never have enough time to do anything or to do everything. What makes you, aside from the sheer fun of experimenting,
Mhm.
what makes you think that putting the calculus and the high school math resources is a good idea? And I'm not saying it's a good idea or a bad idea. I'm just
Oh,
wondering.
yeah. I didn't see the video yet because I was in a place there was no internet, so I just
Oh,
got
no
back.
worries.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna catch up later. But
You don't have to watch them all. There's so much content, and my goal, like, I'm gonna ramp up video production because I have 340 hours per month, and I need
uh,
to double that. So you don't have to watch them all. But my
but I
question is,
love watching your
oh,
videos,
thank you.
so that's okay. But you know, it's difficult. But my feeling is that TPT is constantly changing. So you think you found something that works, and in a bit it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So I believe that the advice that the seasoned sellers used to give us, like niche down, niche down, niche
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
I'm not sure is a valid advice for TPT anymore.
Okay.
It was, but right now things are changing really too fast. And so I know what I do. I know that I have a couple of product lines that work and that are doing well, at least for me. I'm not making millions, but I sell daily and they are good for me. And but since I'm teaching this stuff to
Right.
my students, I thought I'm gonna try and see if a less saturated market, even if with a less demand, will bring me more
Yeah.
than. Plus, I'm not the first because there are a lot of secondary sellers on TPT,
Right.
but there are
But there's
less,
also less competition.
yeah, less competition. And if the market grows, I'm gonna be one who was already there.
Okay, so can I
Yeah,
ask you a question?
of course.
Because I've chatted with a few TPT sellers, and some of them just find a niche that there isn't a lot of resources for, but there's demand, and then they are just crushing it. So my question to you, Enrica, is have you ever used TPT to look up resources like that you're currently teaching at high school and you couldn't find it? Like what, or are you
Nope.
just, you're teaching this and then you're going to try to sell it?
No, I teach it and then I'm gonna try to sell it because I've got, I think that, I don't know, maybe if I lived in the USA it would be different, but right now I think that I'm not finding what I would love to find on TPT for
For,
my personal teaching style.
for which subject though? For you're talking
For
about
math, for math.
like
I'm talking
senior
about
math, you're
high
not
school
finding.
math.
Okay.
I'm looking for resources, and everything is or too easy or too difficult.
Okay.
There is no middle way that would be perfect for my kids, and so I think I create what I need, and since I created it, why not try?
Okay. So
Why not put it there?
listening to that, in my first reaction is, yeah, you'll probably do well because one, you can't find the resources you need on TPT. Two, you're making this stuff and you know it works in your classroom. And three, you know how to make product covers. Was that the ka-ching?
Yeah.
Every single time. Sorry. It's so funny. And I never hear the ka-chings. But okay. So now my question is, well, we were talking about rank. Some people might be interested. How were your rank? What was your rank like this time?
Oh, yeah.
You want to share
You
it?
have it. You can share it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna share it. I don't know.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. And that's it. This was my December, and my January is a little lower, but I usually do really well in December because of all my
Yeah.
seasonal stuff like Christmas escape room and pixel art and stuff like that. So
How do you feel about it? Do you feel bad or do you feel anything that it went up or down, or does it not matter to you?
I think I don't feel bad yet because I think we
Yeah.
need to wait. Yeah, yet because next December, if instead of 1,360 and 73, I'm gonna be 1,374, I
Right.
will cry for a day for
Okay.
just one position.
Yeah.
But right now, you can't compare December with January. What will you do on June when the school is over
Yeah.
and nobody is buying on TPT? So we need to wait next December, and in December 2024, we will see if I have grown or not.
Okay. So I want to bring this back to, so one of the things I like to do is to analyze. I also like to talk quickly, and I like to like make predictions. So it's very easy for everyone to say, oh, it's tougher to sell in primary, or it's tougher to sell in high school, or it's like you can't get reviews from high school teachers. But is the reason why we can't get reviews from high school teachers just because there are much fewer high school teachers? So percentage wise, it's the same likelihood of them leaving reviews,
Yeah, I
but
think so.
they're just less teachers, right? So okay, so you are very math oriented. I'm pretty analytical.
I wonder why.
And I know that people watching and people who watch later on are there's a strong community in the YouTube side with some strong thinkers. So my question is, so here we have Enrica who's published, like, what's your youngest stuff? Middle school?
Oh, I think upper elementary, fifth grade.
Okay, so
No.
grade 5. Okay. So or fifth grade, what can we measure so that we could say, yeah, it's easier? And obviously this is one person, so we can't extend it to the platform. But what can we measure so that you would know, yeah, it's way easier to compete on the high school side than the elementary side?
Oh,
How will you answer
uh,
this question?
I think that what we could do is wait a little to
Yeah.
have some views and to have some. I still have to publish my resource yet, so I just need a minute. But once we have we can say a number, 100, 300, 500 views.
Yeah.
We could look at the percentage.
The
Uh,
percentage of sales.
yeah.
Okay. So wait, what would our hypothesis be? I'm just going to write it down here. Like, so if it was easier to sell in primary, what would, if it was easier to sell in high school, what would you expect?
I don't know, but I would expect a conversion pretty high.
Like a higher
Uh,
conversion rate?
yeah, my best seller is between fifth and sixth grade, more or
Okay.
less, and it has like a 30% conversion rate.
What would you expect for page views though?
Yeah.
Like lower page views maybe because there are less teachers searching for it?
I'm not sure if I would expect less or more because, there are fewer teachers who buy on TPT for high school. I'm not sure there are fewer teachers who look on TPT for high school
Right.
resources.
But then on the other side, okay, so to come back to that, there might be fewer teachers who go to well, first of all, there are more elementary teachers than high school teachers, right? Like in terms of employees.
I think so.
I think so, right?
I don't know. I really don't know, but I think so.
So there are just more bodies in the primary side, but you could still search for something, and TPT is pretty, like, it's well indexed. So high school resources would show up in TP, like on a Google search, like the TPT, your TPT product page would show up in a Google search. It just depends on whether someone has a blog, a TPT blog that beats it.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
and I'm asking you, Enrica, and I'm asking the crowd. But do you think there would be more or less page views on a high school resource? But maybe it's niche because you yourself couldn't find it, Enrica. So I don't know what that would be like.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect, really. I really don't know. I expect maybe more views, but I'm not sure.
You think there would be more views on high school?
Oh,
See,
I
my
think so. You know why? Yes, you know why. There is a reason why.
okay,
Because less competition, less teacher, but less competition. If you look for, I don't know, logarithmic equations, uh, there are maybe 2,000 resources. If you
okay,
look for fractions, there are 70,000 resources. What the probability to
okay,
find mine against a
okay.
bestseller?
So now I would predict, my prediction would be, I think, fewer. Oh, that's a really good point, because you're saying there's less competition, so you might rank higher on those keys. And
Yeah,
you're doing the same process of keyword. You're going to choose keywords the same way that you do it for your primary
yeah,
search. All right.
of course.
Okay. I think there's going to be fewer page views because there's just less traffic, right?
It might be.
Yeah, but I wonder if the sold rate. Well, then why would the sold rate be high? Would the sold rate? Oh, yeah. I guess if it's higher, it's easier to sell. Is that what
Yeah,
we're saying here?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take this out. So this is just other. So here's our prediction here, and we won't. Okay, so when will we finish this experiment? How many page views do we need? Do you want to get?
I think around 300 at
Okay,
least.
the
It's a
magic
magic
number 300.
number that everyone talks
Okay,
about.
and do you have a product stat CSV, like, um you have a few product stat CSV from before, right? Because we'll have
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
300
yeah.
views. Okay, and so we would have to compare an elementary resource that you published in
Uh,
like right from
I
the
will I will publish two um, resources at the same time.
okay,
I think a middle school, not elementary, because it's more my jam.
Your jam. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's almost 9 o'clock for me, so it's okay.
What grade?
Sixth grade, something
Okay,
easy.
so
Okay.
sixth grade. And what grade is your high school resource?
I think 11th,
Okay,
11th or 12th.
okay,
It's
so
pre-calculus or calculus, so it's.
okay,
And let's see what happens. I will publish two similar resources at the same time.
okay,
So, and see what will happen. By the next live, I will show you which resources I published.
okay. Oh, I love
And
this. It's an experiment. So now there's pressure on you
and
too
we will
to make sure you
keep
publish it.
track. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the one for high school is already ready to be published.
Okay.
I didn't think about a new resource for middle school, but I'll come up with something between today and
Can you publish them both
tomorrow.
on the same day?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I wanted to do.
So we're going to wrap things up because it's 16 minutes. Thank you to the 5 people who are watching. The 5 people now and the people who watch later on, we're going to do an experiment. Enrica has a 11th grade math calculus resource, and then it's going to be a 6th grade math resource. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do the same style, like the same kind of resource?
Yes,
Okay.
it will be something similar.
Okay, so we're looking for feedback from the audience. The question is it easier to sell in a high school market or is it easier to sell in the elementary market? So we're going to do a little experiment, and the prediction we have is we'll get a higher, if it really is easier to sell in high school, we're expecting a higher sold rate. Can you make the price consistent too?
Yes, it will be exactly the same price.
Just a different grade.
So, just different grade, almost the same resources, but it will be a little more childish for 6th grade and a little less for high school.
Grade. I love it. So, because I couldn't do this experiment because I don't teach anything in 11th grade, 12th grade. So so we're gonna find next week. We're gonna look at the resources, the high school and the elementary one.
And I will use consistent covers and previews and everything.
And so we're gonna finalize the experiment once both have 300 page views. I'm gonna guess the elementary side will get page views quicker, just because there's more
page views.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna wrap things up. If you're watching, leave a comment now, leave a comment later on, or you can email me because I know there's a big community who watches but they never comment for various reasons. If you want to email me the answer. Great question. Would the title keywords be the same except grade level? That's a good question. Is that possible?
It's not possible because it can't be the same topic.
Because you're doing calculus.
No, I won't say calculus. I will use the topic, but it will be two different topics. I don't know. I think maybe fractions for 6th grade and logarithm for 11th grade.
Yeah, you're right. So
I will use exactly the same descriptions and everything except for the topic.
Okay, so I have a question, Enrica, because Letitia, and by the way, hey, welcome. I think this is the first time I'm seeing your name, so it's always nice to have new friends. But this is a really good point because the keyword competition is like it could be that logarithmic stuff it's just a high traffic, low keyword or low competition.
I can't know that, but on the other side, I have really no idea the order the topics are taught in the US, so it might be something that has been taught in November and now it's not ranking.
The timing, So Letitia, that's a really good point. And people who are watching, I don't even know how, because the topics are so much more advanced and you couldn't put math because then no one would search for that.
I need to use a keyword, and the keyword is the topic. So I can't teach logarithm in 6th grade, and I can't use fractions for 11th grade.
Yeah, they're both number sense, but Okay, so if like this is the first experiment, there's nothing stopping us from doing other experiments. There's no, if you
Oh,
are
we will
watching
do.
this, yeah, if you're watching this and you'd like to do an experiment on a live stream, just email me, Mike at SEOTmindset.com. Any last thoughts before we say goodbye, Enrica?
I don't know. I was better in Phuket when I was on holiday last week, but okay, I'm back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, let's see what happens. I'm so kind of excited for everything. As I was saying to you before the live, it's like being, working on a circus. You think you found something, and then it's not trending anymore, and then you need to change again, and then you change, and then everything changes.
I have no
And
idea what that has to do with a circus. Is that what you said? It's like working on
yeah,
a
yeah,
circus?
it's something that we say in Italian because when you play with the balls, I don't
Oh,
know
like
the
you're
name,
juggling and then, okay, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. You're juggling and
that's
constantly. I gotcha.
yeah.
All right. We'll say goodbye right now. Let us know what you think
Bye.
about this experiment, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.